What happened at Maryland, it happens everywhere in America, whether it's a high school, whether it's college, pros. These coaches feel like there's this book that it must be the unwritten rules of coaching. Like you must demean. I got to break you down. Like we make it seem like it's the military. It's not the military. But you have a situation where you have a strength and conditioning coach where I'm going to intimidate, I'm going to yell, demean, I'm going to bully, because that's the way I was told that that's how you do it. And that's not how you do it. You don't have to do it that way. And it's a tragedy what happened, obviously. And I thought Maryland at least tried to get out in front of it the best it could a couple of months after the fact. And give credit to ESPN. Without this report, I wonder if we are where we are right now with Maryland. I don't know if you could sweep it under the rug, but it would not get this much attention because Maryland's not a good football program to begin with. But if this was a big-time powerhouse, then maybe it gets more attention. Now it's Maryland. We look at it and we go, it's Maryland football. But what happened yesterday where the president at least tried to get out in front of it and sounded sincere about this, in all fairness. Seton, do you have some of the sound from yesterday? I know that we have the president of the University of Maryland, Wallace Lowe.
The university accepts legal and moral responsibility for the mistakes that our training staff made on that fateful workout day of May the 29th, which of course led subsequently to his death. We have retained an expert team of sports medicine and physical athletic training personnel to do a thorough review of the circumstances and the facts of that case, as well as our protocols and procedures.
All right. I should mention it's Jordan McNair. I mean, he deserves his name to be mentioned instead of that kid who died at Maryland or that player who died at Maryland, because that gets lost in all of this. He has a name. He has a family. Jordan McNair. The fact that his life could have been saved. His temperature was 106 degrees. And if you've ever been around heat stroke, you ever had somebody who's been involved in heat stroke, ice has to be applied within 30 minutes. And I don't know what the medical staff was like. I don't know what it was like that day. But you had the head coach, DJ Durkin, who was there, oversaw this. But you have a strength and conditioning coach in Rick Court who was running the workout in May. And he's no longer employed by the university. It was such a bad look that you find out he got paid for the remainder of his contract, over $300,000 to go away. He says he resigned. So you're trying to end that story because I don't know if you, like, why couldn't you fire him and have just cause with that? But you're paying somebody, I mean, it's $300,000 for somebody who was part of a death, contributed some way, shape, or form in this boy, Jordan McNair, dying, and you pay him $300,000. So, people are going to say, well, lawsuit and all those things. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen. I imagine Maryland is going to settle this. But, the fact that this boy, he lived, I think, 15 days. I mean, what was that like for his parents? Obviously, what was it like for him, just struggling to stay alive? But, ESPN deserves a lot of credit. Will Muschamp, the South Carolina head coach, which if I'm South Carolina, I have to wonder about the intelligent level of my head coach when he's calling out these unnamed sources here. That was not the time to do it. You want to stick up for DJ Durkin because he used to be on a coaching staff with you? Fine. Do it in a more tasteful way. Because those unnamed sources, maybe they were afraid to come forward, Will. That's why they were unnamed sources, because there was bullying going on there, Will. Did you ever think of that? No, you thought of a coach. Now, you did say some things about terrible tragedy, all of those things. But the message was clear that DJ Durkin is not this kind of head coach. We're going to find out. But for him to say, hey, these unnamed sources, gutless unnamed sources. No, they had guts, Will. They do. Yeah, Paul.
Were you surprised yesterday that they didn't also get rid of the head coach, Durkin?
I think they were trying to separate a little bit here. Maybe due process a little bit here. I thought the president did well to say, hey, look, we're never going to make this mistake again. Well, I hope not. He's trying to say all the right things. Obviously, there's nothing you can say that makes it better, makes it right. But you get rid of the strength and conditioning coach. Now it's going to be DJ Durkin's turn. And I can't see him surviving this. I would be shocked if he was able to somehow say, give me another chance. There appears to have been a culture there. The president said he wasn't aware of the culture. Well, he probably wasn't aware of the culture unless you go to practice or you understand exactly what that kind of culture is. Bullying, trying to embarrass people, demeaning them, making them run. At some point, somebody had to realize Jordan McNair is in a lot of trouble here.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.